Thank you for the opportunity to present this opportunity on funding. It's Lacuna Fund, Our Voice on Data. I happen to be a member of the steering committee of the Lacuna Fund. It is an opportunity for African researchers in AI to share their data sets. So this fund came about because there is a very low representation of the data set which is out there for AI is mainly from North America and Europe. And even if the data does exist from this side of the world, it's often outdated or represents the biases or systems that produced it. So this Lacuna Fund aims to mobilize labeled data sets that solve urgent problems in low and middle income context globally. These are the founders: Google, Rockefeller Foundation, IDRC, Fair Forward, and the GIZ of Germany. So the principles behind this initiative is accessibility, equity, ethics, participatory approach, quality, and transformational impact. So Lacuna Fund supports the creation, expansion, and maintenance of data sets that allow machine learning tools to better tackle urgent problems in low and middle income contexts. So the aim is to have the data sets be open source with very limited exceptions, follow ethics and privacy best practices, and be locally developed and owned, and be of interest to the ML communities broadly. And the funding is in three main domains of agriculture, language, meaning NLP, and health. So the main thing to be clear is that the fund only supports dataset creation, expansion, or maintenance. The main thing is that once you apply for the funding and curate the dataset, you should share it in open access. And currently, we have the agriculture request for proposal open on the website for Lacuna Fund, and it seeks data sets that address common needs and the move for machine learning for agriculture in Africa forward. So what is being funded is the data sets, not end-to-end solution for ML in agriculture. So the data sets, as I said earlier, will be open source and available for a wider machine learning community to use. So I really advocate that you apply and spread the word through the communities that you lead to really apply. And non-profits are eligible to apply, private companies, startups, or teams of such organizations. And the main thing is that the applicants have to be headquartered in Africa and have a substantial partnership with organizations headquartered again in Africa. And you should also demonstrate that expertise and be able to obtain national approvals to undertake the work. And these are some of the open areas for the call on agriculture, that is for crop and animal agriculture data sets, and viewing data sets that contribute to crop type classification, yield estimation, pasture. All these are listed on the website. And also you can even have your own idea with the relevant data set in agriculture, soil health related data, pest and diseases labeled data for crops. So those are some of the open areas in the agriculture RFP. And these on the proposal write-up, you should be able to demonstrate that you can deliver the work within 6 to 15 months. And the grant ranges from 20,000 up to 100,000 USD for small to medium projects, and $1,000 for large transformational projects. So this is the timeline that the agriculture RFP is out, and it's due on September 3rd. And the NLP work is also coming up in September. And the call for health datasets will be hopefully released end of the year in December. So I really urge you through the communities you lead to spread the word, and as leaders to really lead such to really respond to this call, because it's really dedicated for Africa, African researchers, African data scientists. So this is, I really want to motivate you people to share the word and also apply. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And we will move straight to the questions. Are there any questions or comments regarding this presentation? Feel free to write in the chat.
Link. Yeah.
Okay, I have a question.
Please go ahead.
So I saw in the slide that once your proposal is reviewed, then they give you the fund. So I want to know if, in the event of an unexpected happening, what happens to the money received? For example, if I'm supposed to undertake a project, and then my proposal was great and I'm supposed to execute the project. After receiving the fund, if something comes up, so within that month that I stated that the project can be completed, it has not been able to be completed, what happens to the money? That's my question.
I think there'll be extend. You just have to be able to justify as to why you have not been able to achieve the objectives. But also, what is unique about this funding is that if you have already data sets that exist, you can work on it to curate it properly, to get it labeled and shared, and share it on open access. So, and maybe apply for funding to add more data. So you can even get started with the data that you already have. And in case you are not able to deliver, I'm sure there'll be communication with coordinating team to even ask for extension, or I'm not sure whether funds are going to be released all at once. I think it will be on chunks based on deliverables you are able to do to achieve. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Are there any other questions or comments?
Can I go?
Yes.
Yeah, my question is concerning the data quality. You mentioned something about data quality, and I wanted to know if there are like education qualification for applicants. Yeah, and another question was, must you be part of an organization? Yeah, because we've had some members complaining. Most of them are students, and then they're not part of any organization. So how do you go about that?
Yeah, thanks for the good question, Eugene. And that's where the communities are very powerful in that. If you can um, work in collaboration with the community in AI, because even non-profits, for-profits, so you can even find a working relationship with, even if you're in good terms with your faculty at university where you are before. And yeah, so there has to be a legal entity recognized at the country where you'll be doing the work, in order to be, because the funds transfer, they're not meant for an individual, but at least you should really have a legal entity. So if you can have an affiliation or a working contract with your community that can referee you as a lead in the application, I'm sure that should be okay. Yeah. I hope that answers your question, Eugene.
I was asking, hello,
Question.
can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yes.
wanted to know. So for the students, can they apply through their universities or their institutions?
Yes. Yes, you can definitely.
All right, thank you.
There's a question in the chart regarding a bit more elaboration on the national approvals.
For instance, you have to collect data uh, from farms using drones. At times you need those permits to fly a drone at a certain location. Or if it's data that needs ethical approval. For instance, at times you deal with animal diseases, and at times you really need ethical approvals. That's what it means. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, Dina, you didn't respond to the first question uh, about the education qualification for the applicants.
uh, it says that you just have to demonstrate that you are really a suitable data scientist, a qualified. So your CV should really demonstrate that you are capable of doing the work. Yeah. So
All right,
on your
thank you.
CV, you can put your GitHub profile on the previous projects you have done, or your engagement with the data science community. Yeah.
Well noted.
Thank you.
We have time for one more question. I'm going to ask a question then. Regarding the maintenance of an existing data set, does that still fall under the 6 to 15 month time limit, or is there a potential long-term data set expansion and maintenance plan that would be slightly different?
Yeah. Thanks, Esther. There is the budget covers that you curate an existing data set, and if you see that the data set is limited, is not enough for machine learning, this is an opportunity also to request more funds to collect more data, that will enrich the one that is already existing. Yeah.
And does it seem like there are potential plans um, to lengthen, like in the future, to lengthen the period of funding in case it's a valuable data set?
Yes, yes, there is. Yeah, when we talk about maintenance, yeah.
Thank you very much. If there are no more questions and comments, we will move directly into the next part of the session, being the breakout rooms, which I was clearly very excited for, that I wanted to jump to directly.
Sorry, can I ask the last question?
Sure. I'll give you 30 seconds.
Yes, I just want to. Yes, sorry. I just wanted to find out, well, because I see that there's no context, you just collect data. So it's not like you are collecting a data that is going to be used in the study. So it's so unclear to me on what you are collecting data on what context. So can I get clarity on that? She spoke about agriculture, but agriculture is broad.
It's broad, yes. And actually, if you even, there are some areas that we have highlighted. If you can collect data on crop diseases, and then you select and justify why that particular crop diseases. So there are some highlights on the areas within agriculture that you can apply on. For the like data related to soil health data. And that's why we say, even if you have the data from an existing study, now it means we request you to share with the larger community in ML, in open access, if you already have the data. Yeah.
So thank you so much.
And then you just request funds, to curate it, to label it properly, and get maybe even get funding for compute to do the labeling. Something like that, because we just want the data to be well labeled for machine learning.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. We will move directly into the breakout rooms now. As I had begun to mention earlier, there will be